A very warm good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, viewers. I'm Matthias Haufiku, news editor of the Namibian Sun newspaper. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Evening Review Show. Well, tonight we have, quite a very interesting topic at hand. We speak politics. We're joined in studio by Dr.Charles Mubita, the spokesperson of the former combatants. Dr. Mubita, welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you in studio. You are the spokesperson of this new association.
Yes.
Can you just briefly give us a summary as to what this association is all about?
First of all, officially the spokesperson of the association is retired Admiral Bamba. Mm-hmm. I am merely the secretary for information and mobilization. Mm-hmm. Today's event that we had was to announce the birth of the former Planned Combatants Association, mm-hmm. Which was born on the 6th of August, mm-hmm. 2022 in Ongwediva. Mm-hmm. It was born out of a number of consultations mm-hmm. by Planned Combatants since 1990. Mm-hmm. You will recall that before 1990, Plan was a wing of the Swapo Party. Mm-hmm. But after 1990, it was not a wing. Yeah. And we felt that, look, demobilization did not mean depoliticization. Yeah. We have commissars, we've got political gurus and all that in the movement. Mm-hmm. So the reason for the Ongwediva meeting, which gave birth to this, was manifold. Mm-hmm. First of all, we organized the first constituent conference to first adopt the constitution mm-hmm. of the former Planned Combatants Association. Mm-hmm. And secondly, we set to elect the leadership as per the constitution. Mm-hmm. And then we came out with resolutions. Primarily, mm-hmm. the main reason for the formation is to promote the welfare of former Planned Combatants, most of whom are either retired, unemployed since independence. They are entitled to certain benefits mm-hmm. Which they do not get. Mm-hmm. And also, apart from the entitlement, their welfare is quite bad. Mm-hmm. It needs attention. That was the first consideration. The second consideration is to basically to undertake our historic mission, mm-hmm. which is to mobilize at a large scale mm-hmm. And have a proper roadmap to capacitate the Swapo Party, to campaign for the Swapo Party, mm-hmm. to ensure that the Swapo Party retains all the strongholds that it had lost. Mm-hmm. That was the second. The third was to basically to apply for affiliation mm-hmm. to the Swapo Party, mm-hmm. which we did. We are happy that on the 20th of August, the Central Committee of the Swapo Party accepted, endorsed, and granted mm-hmm. the application for affiliation to us. And we really thank our leaders for that. Yeah. Because we believe that the former Planned Combatants are a reservoir of wisdom, a reservoir of the politics in this country. Mm-hmm. So on our road to try to defend the gains of the revolution, mm-hmm. we've also decided that on the from 22 to 25, we are going to have a reunion, basically a reconnection, mm-hmm. where all Planned Combatants from all walks of life, from all corners of Namibia, are expected to converge in Ongwediva.
Is it
Now,
now
on
during
that
September?
score,
When is that?
there is a bit of a problem there. As I said earlier, most of them are unemployed, some are retired. So we need to raise some form of funds to ensure that they have transport to go to Ongwediva. There's accommodation for them, a number of other facilities that might be needed.
Yeah.
So we are on a donation cruise to appeal to Namibians to assist.
Yeah. So who is funding the association? Who's funding the association?
There is self-funding. It's self-funding. Our spirit is such that when we left Namibia to go and join the ranks of PLAN, we did so voluntarily.
Yeah.
Obviously, yes, we got help from other countries in terms of military training and all that. So when we have embarked on this journey, we are also saying we will self-sacrifice and look for donations. We do not have any particular sponsor right now, apart from, of course, the owner of what is the lodge again in Ongwediva. At least he provided us the venue to have Benis.
Yeah.
Benis, yes. And we really take our hat off for him because he provided the venue for us to have our conferences. We have 2 conferences there already. Hopefully, again, this coming weekend on the 3rd, a preparatory meeting will be held to prepare for the reunion.
Yeah, okay. You mentioned earlier on that the combatants are a reservoir that should be tapped into. What will the association bring to the table for the Swapo Party, of which you are an affiliate, as you mentioned now?
I think, you see, the Swapo Party lost a lot in terms of manpower and in terms of mobilization by not having PLAN as a wing. Now that we are coming in as an association, you have many combatants in all regions who are not part and parcel of the structures of the Swapo Party. And obviously, it's very difficult to expect me to sit in a branch or in a district which is run by a 23-year-old. It's not that maybe there's anything wrong with the age, nothing. But the understanding of the politics is not the same. Do you understand? You have people that bore the brunt of the liberation, but they are not in the structures. So we are trying to say, let us form those structures from districts to regions to all over the country. Now, those structures will then be capacitated to start mobilizing on behalf of the Swapo Party. But right now, most people are dormant because they don't have a vehicle in terms of a recognized structure within the party to do that work. But now, with the formation of and affiliation of the association to the Swapo Party, we are going to have those districts, those branches, and the regions, the regional structures that will mobilize for the Swapo Party.
During the formation of the association, what are some of the things that you picked up to say, we think we should affiliate to the party because these are some of the reasons why the party lost some of the strongholds, like you've indicated earlier on? What are some of the issues that you've picked up as an association?
Well, so far we haven't picked up any. We have basically received a welcome from the leadership. Yes, there are some negative people out there who feel that maybe because we are ex-combatants, then maybe we might be taking over their positions and stuff like that. But we are merely getting into the Swapo Party to strengthen the party, nothing else. To strengthen the party, and of course, to promote the welfare of the PLAN combatants.
You've mentioned earlier on also that the party has lost some of its strongholds. How is the association going to step into this?
Sorry?
How will the association assist the party to regain the lost political ground?
The association is composed of people who have been in the politics of Namibia for years. I think we understand what is happening better than most of those in the structures of the party currently.
Why are you saying that?
You see, for example, I'll give you one simple example. Most people feel that the target for elections should be the opposition party, and you quarrel and you insult these people and do. You're missing the point. The target for the association is to go to the people.
Yeah.
Identify those people that are supposed to vote for the Swapo Party. Go to the areas where the Swapo Party might have lost votes and target those areas. Get a database of, where did we lose? How did we lose? Where can we consolidate? That is our target. It's not to engage in cheap politics.
Yeah. So the welfare, you spoke of the welfare of former combatants, and you said that the association is self-funded. We always read the stories in the newspaper of war veterans suffering in the villages and so on. Are these stories still persisting?
I think there has to be a distinction between the War Veterans Association and ourselves. The War Veterans was established by the War Veterans Association. Was established by an act of parliament. That's basically a government, association. We are more of the party association. And we seek donation, of course, from any company or anything, but whoever would want to sponsor us or give us anything in form of donation, it has to be done within the confines that are permitted by the Swapo Party and that do not impinge on the aims and objectives of the Swapo Party, the aims and objectives of the association itself. So it has to be something that is, we will not take dirty money. We will not associate ourselves with anybody who has been dirty and appears to be clean today. We will not do that. We will not do that.
Okay. Dr. Mubita will go for a short break quickly and we'll be back to continue this conversation. To our viewers, we'll just head for a short break and we'll be back to continue this interesting discussion. Stay tuned. Well, let me welcome our viewers back from the short break. Dr. Mubita, let's continue this conversation. Can you run us a bit through the leadership of the association?
Well, the leadership of the association is twofold. There was, after the election, 16 members were elected as members of the National Executive Committee. And out of those, there are about 8 departments that form up the secretariat. I am not at liberty to mention names because of the tradition as a soldier. I think those names will be mentioned by my commander, retired Admiral Mbamba, at a later stage when we are all on a parade. And will be told. But all I can tell you is we have the chairperson, we have the deputy chairperson, we have the secretary for External Affairs. We have a Secretary for Finance. We have a Secretary for Welfare. We have a Secretary for Security, that's vetting and stuff. We have a Secretary for Projects, Agriculture, because we intend to acquire some land and for the combatants, if possible, in every region, so that combatants can become productive in the mainstream of the economy. That's one of our major aims, to make sure that ex-combatants are involved in the mainstream economic activity of the country. But the actual names, I have them, but you know, when you go to a parade, it's only the commander who can call out names of so and so and so and so. I can just give you the titles, but until my commander gives out those names, I will not be able to.
Yeah. So what do you make of those who criticize the establishment of association of this nature? Some would say 30 years after independence, 32 years after independence, we still have associations of this nature coming up. How are they relevant to the modern needs of the country?
The war veterans.
Yes. And the former combatants.
Ours and the other one are two different. I'm not going to criticize.
I'm referring specifically to you guys now, to the former combatants.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of relevance.
Were they?
In terms of relevance.
Yeah.
To the current needs of the country. How relevant is an association of this?
Very relevant. Very relevant. As I told you, the Swapo Party has been firing on 4 cylinders. On 4 cylinders in the past few elections. Now you need 2 extra cylinders. In those 2 extra cylinders to fire on 6 cylinders in the former planned combatants. You're talking of people who were commissars. Look, we were engaged in mobilization. We mobilized thousands of Namibians to actually join the liberation struggle. We mobilized Namibians to offer assistance to fighters. We did that. You're talking of commissars. These are commissars. And there's a mistake that people think that because you're a former or an ex-combatant, then maybe you do not understand politics. We were first taught politics before we held a gun. It was politics that was commanding the gun. So we understand. And also, only the person who has cooked the pap understands how to preserve that pap. If I cook it for you, you would only know how to eat it and finish. We fought for this independence. We understand what it takes to protect, to defend the sovereignty of this country. We understand what it takes to protect the revolution. We understand what it takes to protect the Swapo Party and make sure that it becomes stronger. We understand that. We know what is needed. We have done it and we will do it.
Do you think, from a party perspective, is enough being done to protect the party currently?
Is
enough being done to protect the party by those who are in the structures? Do you think that? Are they doing enough to protect the party?
Well, the party, well, you are aware also, I think not too long ago, some people confessed that I was 99.9% not a member of the Swapo Party. But now this somebody was elevated up to, very senior positions. Do you understand? So we wouldn't want to interfere with the main structures of the party, but at least would be able to advise. Many of our look, the struggle was fought at 3 fronts: the military, the diplomatic, the political. Many of the people at the political and at the diplomat might not know certain individuals in this country. But as plan and as commissars and as people who understood what was happening, we know more than most people know.
Yeah.
So with that knowledge, we'll be able to protect the party. We'll be able to protect the party. You see, protecting the party is not only about getting into the mainstream of the party and doing what. As I said, our own mobilization will make sure that any debt that's on the walls of the party will be blown away by the wind.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you say there was a need for the association to be established because former combatants, their voice were not being heard in the party, or?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
There are no way. We are no way in the structure. I wouldn't want to be, as much as I qualify, to be a member of the Swapo Party Elders Council.
Why not?
Well, I think I can serve the party much better than getting into an entity where you you don't speak the same language. It is a bit of a problem. I'll tell you, you take any 5 or 10 former combatants in any region and try to fit them in any of the districts right now.
Yeah.
It will be anomaly. It will be the understanding of politics will be difficult. The people that are in the current structures of the party, they will feel very uncomfortable. They'll feel very uncomfortable to be leading you when they know how much you know and how much you understand.
Yeah.
So it's not a question of whether we maybe do not want this or do not want that. But look, we are almost like like Skebby. The people in the structure, they look at us and they say, no, 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 not this one. Because if this one comes here, just check, since 1990, a few regions, the most powerful regions in terms of the party, in terms of the party, and up to date, it's very difficult for the party to lose elections in those areas. And you'll find out that most of the regional coordinators in those areas are former plan combatants. Those regions, whether it's Ohangwena, whether it's Oshana, whether it's Omsati, whether they are former plan combatants who are in those structures, who are driving those structures. And that's why those structures are strong. And we are saying we have people in other regions too. If they are excluded on the mainstream to climb up to be regional coordinators, we can still establish structures for the sake of this, of strengthening the party. We can have our own structures without interfering with the politics of the regions and all that. But ours is to make sure that we strengthen the party. We would not want to see the party being messed around or some other, quarter to 11 party coming to take over power from the Swapo Party while we're just sitting idle. We will not do that. We sacrificed our youth. We sacrificed a lot to get where we are. And we cannot allow the party to go to the dustbin. We are not going to disturb anybody. All we are saying is we are going to go to the masses and make sure that the masses support the party. Let those in the regional structures do whatever they're doing, do what they've been doing. We will not interfere. We will only do what we think is good for the party. And we know that the party, at this particular time, going towards 2024, the party needs us. And we need to save the party.
So would you say the party's performance the last elections is one of the reasons that necessitated the formation of the association?
It is a contributing factor. When your father falls ill, you basically have to make sure that you attend to him. You attend to him. Yeah, it's one of the factors. We've noticed some weaknesses, but we do not want to politicize some of the things.
What are some of those weaknesses?
Yeah. The only thing, you see, a good child, we were raised in a different era as planned combatants. You see something is wrong, you don't shout and complain. You fix it. Then you give it to your father and say, here, it's fixed. And the father will say, thank you. We don't shout and make noise and all that, no.
Yeah.
We never did that, and we are not going to do it.
Okay. How many members are part of the association?
How many?
How many members are part of the association?
Well, the rough estimate that we have now, when we were doing some rough estimates, it's about 2,800. That's what the base that we're thinking of.
Yeah.
But we're not sure yet. We still need to get, you see, even, and unfortunately at the Ministry of Veterans, you can get figures there. You can get a number of people there. But our criteria for membership is not the same as the criteria for membership of, for example, the War Veterans Association. It's not the same.
Yeah. Well, what is the criteria? Can you maybe just share with us? If I want to join the association, which requirements must I meet?
Our criteria is basically threefold. One, to be a member, you should be a full-time member of the Swapo Party, okay? A full member of the Swapo Party, not a chameleon, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. A member of the Swapo Party. Two, you should have completed your military training under plan. Okay, completed, and you see the word completed has to be underlined. Yeah, because it's not just, and you should have been deployed as a planned combatant to the battlefields. Yeah. So those three areas form the core of the criteria to become a member of the party. Of course, there are other things like subscribing to the aims and objective of the association and others, but those are the core. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Mubita, thank you very much for your time this evening, and
Welcome.
We wish you and your colleagues at the association all the best going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. To our viewers, that was it from the Evening Review team. Have a pleasant evening. See you again tomorrow, same time, same place.